The shocking reason why people over 60 avoid others. Ladies and gentlemen, life is an extraordinary journey filled with connections, challenges, and chapters. As we age, each chapter brings new lessons, but it also brings questions. One question that often goes unnoticed is, why do so many people over 60 tend to avoid others? Now, this isn't about being unsociable or losing interest in life. No, it's something deeper. It's a behavior rooted in experiences, emotions, and sometimes regrets. Today, I'm here to unravel this mystery and share insights that may surprise you and hopefully inspire you to look at aging and relationships through a new lens. As people age, their lives become an accumulation of experiences, a collection of memories shaped by triumphs and failures, joys and sorrows. By the time they reach 60, many individuals carry an emotional history that profoundly influences their interactions with others. This history is often marked by disappointments, events that leave behind unhealed wounds, lingering regrets, or unresolved grievances. These disappointments weigh heavily, and for some, they become a reason to withdraw from social connections. Imagine the emotional burden of broken relationships. Over a lifetime, one might experience friendships that faded, family conflicts that remained unresolved, or romantic relationships that ended in heartbreak. Each of these situations leaves behind scars, and as the years pass, these scars can deepen rather than heal. Some individuals begin to avoid others as a defense mechanism, fearing that new relationships might repeat old patterns of pain. They tell themselves it's safer to remain distant than to risk the vulnerability that comes with human connection. Disappointments aren't just about relationships, they can also stem from unfulfilled dreams. Many people reach their later years with a sense of regret for what they didn't accomplish, the career they wanted but never pursued, the passion project they set aside, the personal goals they abandoned for the sake of practicality or responsibility. These unfulfilled dreams can create a sense of bitterness or inadequacy. When others bring up their successes or achievements, it can feel like salt in an old wound, leading some to avoid such interactions altogether. They may withdraw not out of resentment toward others, but because the comparison is too painful to endure. Another source of disappointment is betrayal. Over the years, most people encounter situations where trust is broken by friends, family, colleagues, or even institutions they believed in. Betrayals leave behind a profound sense of disillusionment, and the fear of being hurt again becomes a significant barrier to forming new connections. After all, trusting someone again after being betrayed takes tremendous courage. For many, it feels easier to avoid the risk entirely, leading to isolation. These disappointments also feed into a growing sense of disconnection. When you've lived through decades of relationships and experiences, it's easy to feel that no one can truly understand your journey. This perception creates a wall between individuals and the world around them. They might think, what's the point of sharing my story? No one will get it. This mindset, though understandable, only deepens their sense of isolation and deprives them of the opportunity to find empathy and understanding in others. Over time, the cumulative weight of these disappointments can erode self-confidence. Someone who once felt outgoing and optimistic may now hesitate to engage with others, fearing judgment or rejection. They might overanalyze every interaction, wondering if they're being judged for their past choices or perceived shortcomings. This self-doubt becomes another layer of protection, a shield against the world, but it also becomes a barrier to meaningful connection. However, it's essential to recognize that disappointments, while heavy, do not have to define the future. They are a natural part of life, a testament to the risks taken and the experiences lived. Each disappointment carries a lesson, and within those lessons lies the potential for growth and resilience. The key is to shift perspective, to see these challenges not as reasons to retreat, but as opportunities to connect more deeply with others who have faced similar struggles. By confronting disappointments head-on, individuals can lighten their emotional burden. Sharing these experiences with trusted friends or family members can be incredibly healing. It creates a sense of shared humanity, a reminder that everyone, regardless of age, faces their own trial. It also opens the door to forgiveness, whether it's forgiving others or oneself for past mistakes. In the end, the weight of disappointments doesn't have to isolate us. It can be the very thing that deepens our relationships, teaching us empathy, patience, and understanding. The choice lies in how we carry that weight, whether as a burden that holds us back or as a source of wisdom that propels us forward. more structured, marked by routines that provide stability and a sense of control. By the time they reach 60, many people develop deeply ingrained daily habits that revolve around comfort and familiarity. These routines, while offering a sense of security, can sometimes hinder their ability to form new connections or engage in spontaneous social interactions. The desire for comfort and predictability can become so strong that it leads individuals to choose solitude over the unpredictability of new relationships or experiences. One of the primary reasons older individuals gravitate toward routine is the sense of control it offers. As people age, they often feel less able to influence the many variables of life, whether it's their health, energy levels, or the pace of their surroundings. Routine provides a sanctuary from this unpredictability, a way to maintain some semblance of order. People know what to expect, and they can navigate their days with less stress. Whether it's waking up at the same time every day, following the same activities, or sticking to familiar places, these routines serve as an anchor in a world that may feel more chaotic as they age. The comfort of routine, however, can be so ingrained that it discourages trying anything new, including meeting new people or stepping outside the well-worn paths of their everyday life. As a result, the desire for comfort can sometimes overshadow the need for connection. Socializing, especially with new people, often involves a degree of vulnerability and unpredictability. It requires an openness to new experiences, and for many older individuals, that can feel daunting. The prospect of being exposed to unfamiliar situations or people who might not share the same values or interests can be unsettling. So rather than risk the discomfort of potential rejection or miscommunication, many people over 60 prefer to stay within their established circle of family and close friends, or in some cases they withdraw altogether. The routine of their current life becomes their safe zone, and they avoid the discomfort of change, even if it means sacrificing the chance to form meaningful new connections. Moreover, the longer someone adheres to a specific routine, the more difficult it becomes to break free. As they age, they may begin to feel like it's too late to make significant changes in their social life. There's a quiet sense of resignation. I've lived this long without expanding my social circle, so why should I start now? This mindset leads to further isolation as individuals become entrenched in the routine of solitude, avoiding social events, and missing out on opportunities to meet new people who could bring fresh perspectives and experiences into their lives. There's also the matter of energy and stamina. Aging often brings physical and mental changes that can make socializing more tiring or challenging. Going out, attending gatherings, or meeting new people may seem like more effort than it's worth. Many older individuals simply prefer the quiet, predictable nature of their home life over the hustle and bustle of social events. They may also feel that socializing is for the younger generation, that it's no longer necessary or worth the effort. This is a common misconception, as social connections are just as important for mental and emotional well-being in later years as they are when we're younger. However, the comfort of routine, while providing a sense of security, can ultimately lead to a feeling of stagnation. Humans are naturally social creatures, and the lack of meaningful social connections can lead to feelings of loneliness, even if the person is surrounded by family or friends. Over time, the absence of fresh relationships can leave individuals feeling disconnected, despite their desire to protect themselves from the discomfort of change. Breaking free from this cycle requires recognizing the importance of balance. While routine offers comfort and stability, stepping outside of one's comfort zone and making the effort to connect with others can bring renewed vitality and a sense of purpose. It doesn't necessarily mean abandoning familiar routines, but rather finding ways to introduce small changes, whether it's trying out a new hobby, attending a community event, or simply making an effort to reach out to an old friend. These small steps can lead to new experiences and relationships, enriching life in ways that routine alone cannot. Embracing change doesn't have to be overwhelming. It can be as simple as making room for one new experience at a time. Ultimately, the comfort of routine can be both a blessing and a barrier. While it's natural to seek stability, it's also essential to recognize that life, especially in the later years, is about growth and connection. Comfort may provide security, but true fulfillment often comes from engaging with the world beyond our familiar routines. By allowing ourselves to step outside of those comfort zones, we open ourselves up to new opportunities, friendships, and experiences that can enhance our lives and bring deeper meaning. As people age, they often accumulate a lifetime of experiences, both positive and negative. Among the many emotions that shape our later years, the fear of vulnerability becomes particularly significant. For many individuals over 60, vulnerability represents a sense of emotional exposure, a feeling of being open to potential hurt, disappointment, or rejection. This fear is not merely about physical vulnerability, such as health concerns, but about emotional vulnerability, allowing others to see their true selves, warts and all, and risking the possibility of being judged or misunderstood. The fear of vulnerability often stems from past experiences, especially when individuals have faced emotional pain in their lives. Over the years, many older people have experienced the sting of betrayal, loss, or failed relationships, which creates a protective instinct. These past disappointments lead to the belief that being emotionally open may lead to further hurt. For some, it becomes easier to withdraw and build emotional walls than to risk opening up again. After all, the idea of being vulnerable requires trust, and trust can be difficult to extend when previous attempts have been broken or betrayed. Additionally, as individuals age, they may begin to feel more insecure about their place in the world. In their younger years, people often feel they have more to prove and are driven to achieve success, gain validation, and be admired. But as the years pass, they may feel less relevant or uncertain about their ability to contribute in the same ways. The fear of being judged or seen as weak becomes more pronounced, leading individuals to protect themselves by avoiding situations where they might have to expose their insecurities. This fear of judgment can lead to social withdrawal, as individuals become more self-conscious about their aging bodies, fading vitality, or the experiences they feel others may not understand. The thought of exposing these vulnerabilities can feel overwhelming, so they opt for silence and distance instead. For many people over 60, vulnerability is also linked to the fear of being dependent on others. As people age, the possibility of physical or emotional dependence increases. The idea of relying on others for support, whether it's for health reasons, emotional comfort, or even daily tasks, can feel like a loss of autonomy and dignity. The fear of being seen as incapable or burdensome may deter individuals from seeking help or opening up about their needs. Instead of embracing vulnerability, they may choose to isolate themselves, convinced that their independence is what defines them. This internalized belief can make it harder for them to form new connections or accept the support and compassion others offer. Furthermore, the social expectations placed on older individuals often discourage vulnerability. Society frequently associates strength and independence with self-sufficiency, and there is often an unspoken expectation that older people should remain stoic, composed, and emotionally stable. This pressure can create an environment where being vulnerable feels like a form of failure or weakness. Older individuals may fear that by expressing emotions, whether sadness, frustration, or fear, they will be seen as fragile or less capable. In a culture that values strength, the fear of being perceived as emotionally fragile or weak becomes a powerful barrier to vulnerability. Despite the strong fear of vulnerability, it is essential to recognize that vulnerability is not a weakness but a source of strength and connection. It is the ability to open up, share our experiences, and embrace our flaws that allows for the deepest human connections. In fact, vulnerability can foster empathy and understanding, as others are often drawn to those who are willing to share their authentic selves. It can also be a gateway to healing. By confronting their fears and embracing vulnerability, individuals can release the burden of emotional isolation and begin to experience more fulfilling relationships. Overcoming the fear of vulnerability often involves recognizing the value in letting go of control and embracing the imperfections of life. It requires accepting that, while emotional exposure can bring pain, it also brings growth, deeper connections, and the potential for immense joy. Vulnerability allows individuals to be seen for who they truly are, not for the image they try to project. It allows them to feel understood and validated, not only by others, but by themselves. In the end, the fear of vulnerability is a natural response to life's challenges, but it doesn't have to define one's later years. Aging can be a time of greater emotional freedom, a time to shed the fears and self-imposed limitations that have built up over a lifetime. By embracing vulnerability, individuals open themselves to a richer, more connected existence, one where relationships are more meaningful, personal growth is continual, and the fear of being judged is replaced by the courage to live authentically as individuals age. One of the most significant emotional struggles they face is the misunderstanding of their own value. Society often reinforces the idea that a person's worth is tied to their productivity, appearance, or ability to contribute to the world in a certain way. For many people over 60, this mindset can be especially difficult to reconcile with the reality of their later years. They may begin to feel that their value has diminished because they no longer fit the roles or expectations they once did, whether it's in the workplace, in their communities, or in their personal lives. This feeling of diminished worth can lead to social withdrawal, as individuals internalize the belief that they are no longer important or needed. One of the most powerful misconceptions about aging is the idea that older individuals no longer have anything to offer. Society often places a premium on youth, on beauty, energy, and the ability to innovate. As a result, older adults may feel invisible, as if the world no longer values their contributions. The workplace, for example, frequently prioritizes younger workers, either because of physical stamina or the belief that younger minds are more adaptable to change. When people retire or step back from active careers, they may start to feel like they no longer have a purpose, as though their contributions no longer matter. This misconception can undermine their sense of self-worth and lead them to withdraw from social settings, as they believe their opinions or experiences are no longer relevant. In addition, older individuals often face societal pressure to maintain a certain appearance, whether it's staying fit, looking youthful, or remaining independent. As aging brings inevitable physical changes, such as wrinkles, gray hair, or reduced mobility, many people start to feel that they no longer meet the societal standards of beauty or vitality. This external pressure can deeply affect their self-esteem, making them feel as though they have lost their value in the eyes of others. The fear of being judged for their aging bodies can lead to a reluctance to socialize or put themselves in situations where they might be reminded of their physical changes. The belief that they are judged based on appearance can reinforce feelings of inadequacy and drive them further into isolation. Compounding this issue is the internalized idea that personal worth is tied to achievements or accomplishments. In younger years, many people measure their success by external markers: career advancement, financial success, raising a family, or achieving personal goals. But as people age, they may feel that their list of accomplishments has come to an end. The sense of unfinished business or unachieved goals can lead to feelings of regret, making them believe that they have not lived up to their potential. They may even begin to feel irrelevant, as though their past achievements are no longer meaningful in a world that seems to value the accomplishments of younger people. This perception of value being tied to what one has done can prevent older individuals from recognizing the importance of who they are, independent of their achievements. Additionally, there's the belief that older people should no longer need help or rely on others. As people age, they may encounter physical, emotional, or financial challenges that require assistance, whether from family, friends, or caregivers. However, the pride and self-sufficiency often makes it difficult for them to accept help. They may feel that needing assistance diminishes their value and that asking for help is a sign of weakness. This misunderstanding of value leads many to isolate themselves, thinking they are less valuable or burdensome to others. The fear of being seen as dependent can prevent them from seeking the support they need, further reinforcing the belief that they are no longer worthy of care or attention. The truth, however, is that value is not solely defined by productivity, appearance, or accomplishments. A person's worth is intrinsic and is shaped by qualities such as wisdom, kindness, and the ability to love and connect with others. Older individuals possess a wealth of life experience, resilience, and insight that cannot be measured by superficial standards. The lessons they have learned, the compassion they offer, and the relationships they nurture are all invaluable contributions to the world around them. These qualities only grow stronger with age and can make an even greater impact than any external achievement. Overcoming the misunderstanding of value requires a shift in perspective. It's about recognizing that worth is not just about what you do, but who you are. It's understanding that aging does not diminish the capacity for meaningful connections, personal growth, or impact. By embracing this perspective, individuals can see their worth in a new light, appreciating the richness of their life experience and the unique contributions they continue to make. By fostering relationships, staying engaged with their communities, and sharing their wisdom with others, older individuals can find new sources of purpose and fulfillment, reinforcing the understanding that their value remains as strong as ever. As people age, one of the most significant factors influencing their emotional well-being and quality of life is the circle of people they surround themselves with. In earlier years, social circles are often built out of necessity where colleagues, family, or friends made through shared experiences. However, as individuals approach their 60s and beyond, they gain a clearer understanding of the importance of choosing the people they spend time with. With the passage of time comes the realization that not all relationships are equally beneficial, and that the people in one's life have a profound impact on personal happiness, health, and growth. The importance of carefully selecting one's circle cannot be overstated, as it plays a critical role in shaping the experiences and outcomes of later life. One of the first reasons for being intentional about the people we allow into our lives is the impact they have on mental and emotional well-being. The people we interact with regularly influence how we view the world, how we perceive ourselves, and how we approach challenges. Negative or toxic relationships, for example, can drain energy, increase stress, and contribute to feelings of loneliness or anxiety. Being around individuals who constantly criticize, belittle, or dismiss us can erode self-esteem and create a pervasive sense of negativity. On the other hand, positive relationships, those filled with mutual respect, encouragement, and understanding, can enhance our mental health, boost confidence, and provide a sense of belonging. For older individuals who may already face challenges like physical decline or loss of loved ones, maintaining uplifting and supportive relationships becomes even more essential for maintaining emotional equilibrium. As individuals age, their priorities often shift. In earlier stages of life, there is a focus on achieving career success, raising children, or meeting societal expectations. But in later years, the focus tends to shift toward personal fulfillment, peace, and meaningful connections. This shift in priorities highlights the importance of being selective about the people we spend time with. People who are aligned with one's values, interests, and goals can bring new joy, deeper fulfillment, and shared experiences. For older individuals, relationships that provide emotional connection and understanding can help enrich this phase of life, making it more rewarding and fulfilling. Being intentional about one's circle ensures that the relationships in place support these new priorities and bring positivity rather than drain energy. Another aspect to consider when choosing a circle of people is the role of companionship in overcoming loneliness. Many older individuals face isolation, whether due to the loss of a spouse, the physical distance between family members, or the retirement from social work-related activities. Loneliness, if unchecked, can lead to depression, cognitive decline, and even physical illness. This makes it all the more important to choose companions who are not only positive and supportive, but who also prioritize connection and shared experiences. Having a circle of friends or loved ones who actively seek to spend time together, share common interests, and engage in meaningful activities can mitigate the effects of loneliness and provide a sense of purpose and joy. There is also the importance of mutual growth in relationships. As people age, they often reflect on their lives, learning from both their successes and their mistakes. The right people in one's circle can offer guidance, wisdom, and opportunities for personal growth. Meaningful relationships are those where both individuals can learn from each other, where growth is encouraged, and where challenges are faced together. Older individuals who prioritize surrounding themselves with people who inspire them, who challenge them to be better, and who nurture their own personal growth are likely to have a more vibrant and fulfilling later life. A positive social circle can provide valuable perspectives and even introduce new ideas and experiences, expanding one's horizons and continuing the journey of self-discovery. Choosing one's circle also includes the awareness that not all relationships need to be maintained. Sometimes, as people age, they realize that certain friendships or family dynamics no longer serve them. This might be due to long-standing conflicts, incompatible values, or simply a lack of mutual effort. The realization that it's okay to let go of toxic or draining relationships is empowering. It allows individuals to make space for healthier, more positive connections. Being selective about one's circle ensures that relationships are based on mutual respect, understanding, and a desire for growth, rather than obligation or societal expectations. By curating their relationships, older individuals can focus on the people who truly matter, leaving behind those who add little value to their lives. Ultimately, the importance of choosing one's circle is about prioritizing quality over quantity. It's about surrounding oneself with people who bring out the best in us, who encourage growth, and who offer emotional support. For older individuals, the impact of these chosen relationships can be life-changing. A positive, supportive circle can provide the companionship needed to combat loneliness, the strength to face challenges, and the joy of shared experiences. By consciously selecting the people we allow into our lives, we have the power to shape our later years into a phase filled with connection, fulfillment, and meaningful growth.